Before working together, Tang got laid off and he was bombing interview after interview. In just 3 months of working together, he got a 305k offer from Meta, essentially doubling his salary. We're going to talk about how he got the offer, how he negotiated 55k more, and basically turning his situation around. Enjoy.
For me, it was the system that you created that let me be consistent and disciplined, and also
Mm-hmm.
the accountability, and of course the personalized coaching between you and Ivan. All
Mm-hmm.
of that help, but it's the system that let me be consistent and be accountable to
Mm-hmm.
keep showing up, doing the work every day. That I think it's all those little things that we do that you make me do each day
Mm-hmm.
that got me to the point where recruiters just keep reaching out to me and setting up interviews and landing interviews. I learned a lot of things during our
Mm-hmm.
coaching sessions, got a lot of valuable informations, and especially around all the LinkedIn optimization. And I feel like that where
Mm-hmm.
all my that's the biggest return I got is um, put all my effort into LinkedIn. And in fact, that's how Meta was able to find
Mm-hmm.
me. The Meta recruiter found me and reached out to me was all through. She found it through my LinkedIn profile. I didn't even consider applying to Meta, not because I didn't want to work for Meta at all. I obviously really want to work for Meta. It's just that I didn't think that my resume looked good enough to apply to Meta.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I guess I was wrong. I guess my credential was my profile was great. I just need to optimize it and get it in front of the right people.
Where were you before working with me?
Before working together, so a little bit context. I got, laid off from Microsoft during the summer, and I did have a lot of saving, and my saving packet was so good, but still I needed to get a job as soon as possible. And so what I did was, refresh my resume and start sending it out through job application. Before working together, I sent out probably close to 100 job applications, not a single reply back. It seemed like I just throw my resume in this black hole of job applications and just hoping for the best. Before working together, I wasn't really confident at all about interviewing and upskilling myself. I do have a lot of experience working as a software engineer. I have experience at Microsoft, but those experience doesn't really translate to interview skill at that time. Even if I land an interview, doesn't necessarily mean that I can convert that into an offer,
Hmm.
because I just don't know how to interview properly, don't know what to prepare, what to study, what to look for. I got called for a couple of technical screen, and I was just couldn't able to do it. It's just I was so nervous, I was so scared. I couldn't even think of the brute solution to the answer to the questions, let alone an optimized solution, which is what all the interviewer look for. I wasn't able to do anything. I didn't know how to manage my fear, my stress level,
Mm-hmm.
etc. Like
Mm-hmm.
all that pressure trying to do well made me, froze up, completely unable to do anything.
What prompted you to like explore help? What are like your biggest concerns before working with me?
My biggest concern was definitely fear, afraid that I'm not able to find a job within 6 months, because that's kind of like my financial windows from when I got laid off. And I noticed that, I sent out application after application, and I just couldn't even land an interview. The occasional interview that I landed, I failed at the first stage, the technical screen. Because of that, just I need someone to help me, someone to guide me through all this process, and some kind of a system that I can stick to, or else just be very sporadic. Just one
Mm-hmm.
day send out a bunch of application, and then a couple of days next not gonna do anything. And so I need someone that help me with the consistency, and also making sure that I stay disciplined, and also keep checking
Mm-hmm.
on me, making sure that I'm doing the thing that we agreed to do or I agreed to do, and not just slip off.
What made you take the jump and like trust us?
One thing that's kind of made me make the jump is I kind of follow you for about a couple weeks, a month before I actually reach out to you personally to to discuss the possibility of working together. And through the post that you provided and the advice you give in those posts, it's give me that confidence that yeah, maybe this guy can also help me out. And one of the things that I really need or really want on myself is someone who will be there and give me personalized guidance and not just a generic guidance. Hey, format your resume this way, make your LinkedIn look like this way. I want someone that will actually go through my resume
Mm-hmm.
and say, hey, you need to fix this. Going through my LinkedIn and say, you need to do this. Everything, make everything about personalized for me. That's what I really needed. And that's why I decided this is not something that just a simple course can give me.
Mm-hmm.
I need an actual coach, someone who
Yeah.
will be there and answering me all my questions and help me out every step of the way. And that's why I decided to reach out to you and starting to discuss more and trust that yeah, this is the guy who can help me.
That kind of brings me naturally to my next question. You also received personalized help technically. It's not just the job search stuff. You received, personalized help from both ends. So what was your
Mhm.
favorite part about just anything?
I can't say that there's one single favorite, but the biggest part is helping landing the interview and figure out what I need to do to make myself be visible to recruiters. I think the LinkedIn optimization, and I don't think I can ever say this enough. That's like my number one thing that's bringing the most bang for my buck. Essentially, it's the one that just you know keep giving and giving and giving. In fact, before our session, I check my email and I get like a couple more emails from recruiters discussing if I'm interested in some of the positions that they have to fill. So
Mm-hmm.
it's yeah, just that thing alone was such a massive impact on my job search. And of course, once you land the interview, you have to pass those interview, and that's
Mm-hmm.
where
Yeah.
Ivan come in. I'm so grateful for him because he personalized all the technical stuff to help me be prepared, making sure that I'm up to date with all the front end stuff, making sure that well versed in lead coding, practice giving me questions and helping me with the technical mock interview. It's all the personalization of everything from job searching to how to reply to recruiters, how to talk to recruiters, to how to prepare for interview, what are the things that I need to watch out for. For example, I told Ivan that I need to prepare for Atlassian and I don't know what they were asking for. That's cool. The guy just went do some deep magic research, come back with a couple of questions that say, hey, you probably should prepare for this. And then next day when I interviewed Atlassian, they give that exact question. I was like, I don't know how you do it, Ivan. This is some black magic right here, man.
he like went in his like magic hat and just pulled out the
Yeah,
questions, right?
exactly.
Yeah, the exact questions that they asked. That was that
Yeah.
was amazing. That was amazing. Something that I noticed personally, even before like starting all of this, a lot of people put so much emphasis, like so much emphasis on technical preparation, and
Mhm.
for a very good reason, right? Without it, you just cannot pass the interviews, right?
Right.
There's just nowhere around it. But something that you mentioned, that happens even before that, right? Just how do you get those interviews, right?
Mhm.
And now even you kind of said it yourself. You have like three recruiters contacting you like this today, or is it today or like in the
Yeah,
past, like
today, yeah.
even like in today's market, right, where people like
Mhm.
generally like they don't get callbacks, etc. I imagine it like a pipeline. People
Mhm.
just focus on the third step, which is passing the technical stage, right? But they miss the behavioral side of it. How do you like sell yourself? How do you negotiate? And we're going to go into detail how we just
Mhm.
negotiated 55K more. 55K. Some people earn 50K a year, right? So it's insane. So people just miss like that step, and they miss like the even more important step is like how do you even get those interviews, like, and how many
Mhm.
interviews are going to come in your way so you can even have the chance at an offer. Why I attribute like most of my success even in like my own career, because I was like, oh, what if I just get as many interviews as possible? Let's see what happens. Then I have the
Mhm.
abundance of interviews. I can negotiate as much as I can, and I can just push the boundaries of what's possible. And that's what
Mhm.
essentially allowed me to get a higher like offer than Ivan, and he has like a lot more experience than me. I'm like, I'm not at his level like whatsoever technically, but it's interesting like to hear it from somebody else who is in a completely different market, has like totally different experience, and the same principles just work because we are human essentially, right?
Right.
That's amazing. I'm so happy that you are like able to get to this stage. Did you actually think from your perspective before you experienced it, do you feel like LinkedIn stuff was such a big deal?
I heard from other people saying that,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you need to work on your LinkedIn, but that's just what I heard people. It's not something I personally experienced. And, from what you heard from people and what you truly want to believe, a lot of time it's completely different thing. At the time, I thought, yeah, maybe it will help. It will help somewhat, but it's not gonna be, that's amazing, that life changing, that's it's not gonna be that big of a deal. It's I always thought people would just make it, they just exaggerate it, and it wasn't until putting the time and the effort
Mm-hmm.
and see the results come out of that I just like realized how wrong I was before.
What results have you achieved?
The biggest result was just recently accept a job offer from Meta. More than double, not triple, but more than double my previous salary at Microsoft for sure. And yeah, it's just amazing after working together for 3 months, 2 months technically, because I did talk about a month off for vacation. But yeah, for that short amount of time, we
Yeah,
doubled my previous salary, which is just amazing.
more than double the salary.
Yeah, more
Huge,
than double the salary. Yeah.
huge. Can you share the numbers behind it so people
Yeah.
can get more context?
So my base salary is about 195, which is the maximum base salary for at Meta. And the stock, I think it's around 600 total, and divide by, and it will be split over 4 years. And then there's a 10% performance bonus each year. The total compensation per year is expected to be at 305 per year.
So that's over 300K, man.
Yeah, that's over 300K,
Okay,
man.
holy. And where were you at beforehand?
And Microsoft, I was around 150 per year. To be honest with you, before I left Microsoft, I was hoping just maybe a 5% raise, but this is over 100%. So, I mean, what's more can you ask for?
How did you achieve that?
Meta being one of the top company, they pay well. Initially, they offer me, I don't quite remember the exact number, but it's averaged out at around 250 per year. And at even at 250, that's 100K more than what I make at Microsoft. A good deal already. But we actually talk about negotiation a little bit before that. And what one thing you mentioned to me is the number that they give out will never be the best number possible. It's may possibly be the worst number possible. And so I know in my head of my mind, yeah, there's room to negotiate, but I wasn't sure how much that room is. And so I go back to some of the resources that you provided, and one of them being level FYI. And from there, I know that the average total comp for someone at that level at Meta was around 300. So that was the number I aim for. And I followed your advice where I don't give an exact number. I give out a range, and with the lower being a number that I will be happy to walk away with. And so what I told them was like, look, like 250 is so great, but I was looking at something higher, and I know from my research that people at this level can make up to 350, and so I think anything from 300 to 350 is all good for me. Knowing full well that if they accept, they're probably gonna give me around 300 and not 350. But I was so happy at 250. At 300, I'll be ecstatic. 350 is like near impossible. That's like reaching for the star right there.
Mhm.
So when I gave that range, I was mentally prepared that they may counter a little bit lower, below 300. But if they get close to 300, I'll be happy. And to my surprise, the recruiter got back and say, "Yeah, we'll go with 305." And so I was like, "Great, awesome, I'll take it."
Nice. So there was like, and it was like a few sentences, right?
Exactly,
And a bit of
right.
research.
Yeah, just a bit of research and a few sentences, and it's that's all it took.
and a lot of courage as well, right?
Exactly, a lot of courage. I mean, to be honest, I was scared. I was freaking out. Like, I was really
Mm-hmm.
afraid there's no way we're gonna rescind the offer. But you remind me. By the time they get to the offer stage, it's they was always invested in me.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna be rescind the offer just because I throw out a number. As long as it's a number that I can justify, it's all good. And so
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
that's gave me the courage to negotiate with them. But yeah, without your advice, I would take the 250, which again it was a great number.
Yeah.
But hey, it's 55 more out
Yeah. Yeah.
just from a couple of sentences. I didn't get 55 more. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, I didn't expect it, man. I didn't expect it. But how do you feel like your life has improved, like since starting the program?
Before the program, I was really stressed out. I wasn't very confident in myself at all. Like, I know I have a target to land a job within 6 months, but with all the constant rejection and constant ghosting from all the job application that I sent out, it's made me feel very low confidence, like,
Mm-hmm.
and very stressful. And when we started working together, I was able to gain more confidence in myself, confidence about my ability to pass interview, but more importantly, the confidence to land interview, which is the very first thing you need. And all that's coming from just seeing recruiters starting to reach out. At the beginning, obviously there was no recruiters, but we stuck with it. We worked. We improved my resume. We improved my LinkedIn, and you just keep making sure that I show up every day doing the work. And I think by the third week is when, or the second week is when I start seeing more recruiters messaging me, and you know, and to be honest, eventually it's reached to a point where I have to be selective on who I reply back to because
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, of
just
course, of course.
get so many recruiters trying to reach out, trying to schedule a call with me.
Yeah, and then you also start believing the system, and then it's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
exactly.
I'll just
Yeah,
cram as much into it as possible. Yeah, amazing,
exactly.
amazing.
I think there was a time where I had like 5 interviews scheduled in the entire
Mm-hmm.
week, which is overwhelming and
Yeah.
stressful in its own way, but it's a good stress.
Yeah, I know you were stressing a bit in that period of time, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
you like, okay, I just don't get any more. We didn't mention that, but you got interviews from Uber, from Meta. I think
Mhm.
it was Amazon as well, right?
Not Amazon, So I got
Atlassian, yeah,
interview
Atlassian, yeah.
Atlassian and also SpaceX. So these top companies. So we got interviews with was a couple of startup and yeah, just interview here and there. But yeah, eventually land an offer at Meta, which is amazing. And it's kind of funny too because Meta, I didn't apply to Meta, not because I didn't want to work for Meta. Obviously, I want to work for Meta. It's just at the time I didn't think that my resume was good enough for Meta. We
Mhm.
worked together with on my LinkedIn optimization, making sure that my LinkedIn stand out, and that's how the Meta recruiter found me was through LinkedIn and reached out to me and say, hey, do you have some time to talk? And I was like, yeah, I have time to talk. And
Of
that's how
course.
we got to this stage. I didn't think it was possible. I
Mhm.
didn't consider applying to Meta because I know that they were very tough. They have a lot high expectation.
Would you recommend me to a friend, and why?
Honestly, yeah, definitely. I had a friend who was struggling to land a job for over a
Mm-hmm.
year, and he grind a lot. And he would just recently he just got a job like this June, so that was before we were together.
Mm-hmm.
But if he was still grinding, still doing job, I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely tell him, "Hey, look, here's this Alex guy, here's this LinkedIn. Go read his post. See if you can work with him. I'd highly recommend him."
Thank you. It means a lot to me, honestly. Especially when I, kind of took the risk to like go from like Europe to America, and you're the highest offer that I've ever achieved for somebody. It's something that I haven't achieved myself, and it's amazing to see the value that I'm able to bring to other people.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for all the coaching, all the help.
yeah. No, I really appreciate it, man. Really, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It means a lot, to what we do here. You are also like a great student. Like, I'm not going to lie. You executed. You did everything that we told you, right? I mean, again, thank you again for trusting us. You know,
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure to work with you too.
it's been a great pleasure. I definitely learned a lot from you.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
And to be honest with you, I don't think this was possible at all. In when back in September, when before we worked together, I didn't think it was possible. And honestly, without the help that you provided, the guidance along the way, I don't think I could land this offer.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a
Mm.
lot. It really
Yeah.
means a lot